everybody. I have to tell you that I'm really excited about this book. The name of this book is Hip, Hippo, Hooray for Fiona, a photographic biography. And Fiona is a real hippo that lives in a zoo in a city called Cincinnati, and that is in the United States. And we got this book from some friends, and we liked it so much that I want to tell you about Fiona. And if you ever know anyone from Cincinnati, they will know who Fiona is. So let's see. Hip hippo hooray for Fiona! And this is a picture of the real Fiona. Hip hippo hooray. Exciting news at the Cincinnati Zoo. A baby hippo is on the way. Bibi's going to be a mother in spring. Hooray! But one winter day, Bibi moves through the water in strange patterns. Something is happening. Oh no, she's having the baby now. It's way too early. As you know, hippos are mammals, and mammals have their babies inside of their bellies until they are ready to come out. And this baby hippo was not ready yet. She was coming out too early. So let's see what happened. Bibi waddles out of her pool. A glistening is kind of like a shiny. A glistening brown hippo baby slides out of her. Bibi looks. She sniffs. She lies down. She can't help her baby. Is the baby alive? Her eyes are open. She's breathing. She is the smallest live hippo anyone has ever seen. Very, very, very much smaller than any other hippo babies. Is she ready to live outside her mother? No. Does she have a chance? Maybe, but she'll need help. As you know, babies stay inside of their mommy's bellies until they are ready to come out. And if they come out sooner, their bodies are not ready to live outside. And Fiona, this baby hippo, was born about the size of a medium to small dog, and it should be a lot bigger. The hippo keepers wrap her in towels to keep her warm. They carry her to a place of her own. They take turns holding her. They hug her close. Her mom can't help her. Hippos don't have arms to carry her or ways to help her. Look at this little baby hippo. The tiny hippo has trouble breathing. They put a tube into her nose when she sleeps so she can breathe better. She must stay wet. But she can't hold her breath to go underwater. The keepers place her in a baby pool. She needs to eat. Her mother is the only place she can get the right kind of milk. This is a hippo. Hippos cannot drink cow milk. Baby cows drink cow milk. Baby hippos drink hippo milk. But she isn't strong enough to stand under Bibi to nurse. That means to drink her milk. The keepers have a crazy idea. They will milk Bibi like a farmer milks a cow. No one has ever milked a hippo, but they will try anything to keep the newborn alive. They put Bibi's milk in a bottle. The baby can drink from the bottle if someone holds up her chin. Come on, little hippo, drink. She drinks. She becomes stronger. She takes her first wobbly steps after about a month, I think, Go, little hippo, go. Oh, my goodness. The keepers fall in love with the tiny hippo. They sit with her in a little plastic swimming pool. She's a baby. Millions of people meet the baby hippo on the internet. They put a donkey cam so people can see it. They fall in love with her too. The little hippo wants more milk than her mother can give. The zoo figures out how to make her a baby formula. Now she has plenty of milk. Every day, the little hippo sits on a scale. A scale is a machine that tells you how heavy you are. She's getting heavier, but she needs to get a lot heavier to weigh as much as the smallest hippo baby ever known. Her keepers think she might be able to do that if things go well. Fight, little hippo, fight! And they mean fight for your life, not fight. Her keepers think she'll fight harder if she has a name. They call her Fiona. Come on, little Fiona, grow strong and healthy. Fiona fights hard, but things don't go well. Little hippo teeth break through her gums. Remember that babies are born with no teeth and then the teeth come out. Her mouth hurts. She won't drink from her bottle. If she doesn't drink, if she doesn't eat, what's going to happen to her? She loses weight. She loses energy. Her keepers rub her gums with cold cloths. They give her toys to chew. Still, Fiona doesn't drink. Things are going very badly. Then things get even worse. Fiona's insides are drying out because she's not getting any milk. This is an emergency. Animal doctors want to send fluids, that's liquids, into Fiona. They think they can do this with needles stuck into the tiny veins in her leg. But every time they try, Fiona's veins break. She gets sicker and sicker. Time for another idea. The keepers call the hospital that cares for human babies born too soon, because this happens to human babies too. Nurses there rush over to help Fiona in like 1 hour. They bring needles and tubes that fit into the tiniest human babies. These are special kinds of needles. They bring an ultrasound machine that can find stronger veins deep inside Fiona's leg. For 2 days and 2 nights, her keepers watch closely every minute. They make sure the needles and tubes do their job. Come on, Fiona, don't give up, Fiona. Finally, Fiona's mouth feels better. Broad. That means she's hungry. She drinks her bottle again. Fiona gets a little bigger, then a little bigger than that. She grows twice her size when she was born. She needs a bigger bottle. Look at that bottle. She needs a bigger swimming pool. She still snuggles with her keepers. Look how she sleeps on top of them. She's a baby. In spring, about the time Fiona was supposed to be born, her keepers turn on a hose. Will Fiona stand under the water and catch it in her mouth? That's what hippos do. Fiona opens her mouth wide. She catches the water. That's when her keepers know it's time for Fiona to learn to become a big hippo. Fiona isn't sure she likes this idea. She's like, look at her face. She's like, no, thank you. I'll pass. Fiona's pool is small. She can sit on the bottom and keep her nose above water. It's easy. Sorry, Fiona. This is not what big hippos do. Fiona must go into water above her head. This is what hippos do, or what big hippos do. Fiona practices holding her breath underwater. Good job, Fiona. Fiona is ready to go into deeper water. Her keepers put her in a bigger pool. They fill it higher and higher every day. Dive! Push! Fiona dives. She pushes her feet onto the bottom to come back up. Isn't this fun, Fiona? In her room, Fiona smells other hippos. What a wonderful stink! She hears them. They snort. It sounds like they have something stuck in their throats. They bellow loudly. This sounds like rumbling thunder. Snort, bellow. Fiona makes hippo noises too in her little Fiona way. Who are the other hippos? They are Fiona's mother, Bibi, and her father, Henry. They are huge. They are 100 times bigger than Fiona. Will they scare her? Yes! Fiona meets her mother. Fiona runs away. Be brave, Fiona, be brave! Fiona becomes brave and curious. She touches noses with Bibi through a fence. Does Fiona know Bibi is her mother? Does Bibi know Fiona is her baby? The keepers take away the fence. Bibi lies still while Fiona licks her. Then Bibi opens her mouth. showing her big hippo teeth. Run, Fiona, run! Look, oh my goodness, look at this. Fiona does not run. She puts her whole head, look at this, into Bibi's mouth. She understands Bibi is inviting her to explore. This is how hippos make friends. Now it is time for Fiona to meet her father, Henry. Henry is even bigger than Bibi. Fiona meets him through the fence. He licks her. Then he swings his head. This means he wants to be left alone. Fiona waits quietly. She doesn't pester him. Fiona admires the way Henry opens his mouth very wide. Look at that. Fiona practices doing that. Fiona grows tall enough to peek out a small window in her room. She smells the fresh spring air. Her keepers want her to go outdoors. But it's fun to stay in her room with her keepers and her toys. Why can't she stay inside? Because, Fiona, you need to be a hippo. Here's a push. Look, does she look like she wants to go outside? The keepers take Fiona outdoors to the big pool. They know what to do. They go with her into the water. You did it, Fiona. You're outdoors. You're in the big pool. A waterfall. Fiona catches water in her mouth. Sand. It feels so good on a wet hippo. One day, Fiona goes to the big pool. Bibi is there. Fiona is afraid to go in with Bibi. Bibi knows what to do. Moms know. She stays by Fiona's side. Fiona feels more comfortable. She goes into the pool. Bibi tries to keep her in shallow water. She's protecting her. Instead, Fiona takes off into the deep part of the pool. How brave you are, Fiona. Indoors, Henry still won't play with Fiona. The keepers have an idea. Maybe Henry will play in a group of 3. He comes to the outdoor pool when Fiona and Bibi are in it. Fiona invites him to play. Henry doesn't know how to play with a baby hippo. Sometimes he plays a little roughly. Bibi shoos him away. Shoo! Fiona asks for more lessons on opening her mouth wide. Fiona nibbles. Nibbles is a tiny bite. Fiona nibbles her parents. At nap time, they snooze in a huddle. Huddle is like a group. It's hard to tell who is who. Finally, they are together as a cozy, happy family. Fiona needs to do one more thing. She needs to meet the people who come to the zoo. They will shout and squeal. They will jump up and down. They will bang on the glass. They will flash bright lights when they take photos. Will they scare Fiona? They might. And I hope that if you ever go to a zoo or an aquarium, you never do that. Fiona's keepers have a plan. They pretend to be zoo visitors. They hope this will help Fiona feel comfortable when she meets her fans. The big day comes. Fiona trots to the outdoor pool and finds strangers greeting her. She is not afraid. She puts her face up to the glass to say hello. She poses for photos. Ooh, look at her. Fiona is a hippo star. Hip hippo, hooray for Fiona. The end. And these are the pictures of Fiona. And I'm also going to send you a video so you can see real videos of Fiona. And remember, if you ever go to Cincinnati, you will meet the most famous baby hippo.